You wake up in the woods with a lump on your head. You can't remember how you got there. All you can recall are the dreams. It's late, cold, and you are unsure of where you are exactly. Fighting through the headache, you regain your focus. You see a house in a clearing and decide to shelter there. Anything is better than freezing to death in the woods. So, the good old game Exmortis. It's been quite a time since I've actually played this game. Probably like 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade, which has been well over 10 years at this point. I decided for shits and giggles that I would play it because I didn't really remember a whole lot of it. And it's been, quite a time. So I figured it'd be fun to see how it holds up compared to back in the day whenever I had played it. I'm sure a lot of people remember way back playing the game and how creepy it is, how weird it is, but it's really well made for a Flash game, which is actually running on Ruffle, so I don't know how well it'll do, but we are not playing it on Flash, just to say. The gramophone is unplugged, but it's still rotating. How is this possible? Well, obviously it's fucking cursed! Anyways, the bedspread is soaked in someone's blood. How the hell did so much blood get on the roof? Painting on the wall is of a familiar landscape. There was a safe hidden behind the painting. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Cheeky. We don't really have anything for the keypad, so can't do anything there. Window is boarded up, maybe by someone who valued their privacy. Bathtub is filled with what seems to be blood. Just an ordinary, if somewhat dirty, bathroom sink. Well, nothing of note in this room besides the wall safe, which I can't do anything with first. So, this is a trilogy of games made by Ben Leffler, I think is how you pronounce their name. Don't kill me if I did that wrong, but yeah. It's a trilogy of games made by a person back whenever Flash games were kind of a hot commodity. So, it is very interesting that somebody was able to make these games well on their own. Grandfather Clock sits ticking away in the corner. But yeah, it's rather impressive that somebody was able to make this pretty much on their own, like, overall. Microwave, and there seems to be blood dripping out of it. A severed head. It appears to be a fresh kill. Whoever the killer is, he will probably be back soon, and I don't want to be here when he returns. No. It looks like a symbol has been smeared on the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Old book. Let's see. May 24th, 1997. An unusually eventful day today. I stumbled across an unusual find whilst out hunting for deer in this remote wilderness, stalking a wild steed into a clearing. You can only imagine my surprise to find a house, old and surprisingly abandoned, but still standing strong. An interesting find, one that certainly has me curious. May 25th, 1997. Upon my investigation with the city archives earlier this morning, it appears that the house has been abandoned for nearly 10 years and currently resides under the control of the local government. I feel that its location must be too remote for them to be able to tear it down, but I must admit that I feel drawn back to the house. Mostly out of curiosity, but I cannot deny that there is something else about that place that has me yearning to return. May 28th, 1997. I could not put it off any longer. I called in sick to the office today and decided that I would retrace my steps into the wilderness to once again find the house, which has been foremost on my mind of late. It didn't take much to find it again, as it was almost like I was being guided back to the exact spot that I found myself some 4 days ago. Once I plucked up enough courage, I pushed open the unlocked front door. Admittedly, I was very surprised at the ease of which the door opened, considering that the hinge had probably built up a good 10 years worth of rust. To my relative astonishment, the place was still furnished, though very dirty and completely run down. I was, and still am, amazed at the state of the place considering that it had been empty for so long. I decided that I would explore the house and not disturb anything within. My fear had not subsided, and as a matter of fact, it is still with me as I record this journal some hours later. My curiosity took me through the kitchen, bedroom, and lounge room before a thumping noise from the roof on the second level startled me so much that I ran straight out the front door and back through the forest to my automobile. As it was, I almost fell off a small ledge and into the thicket below. I felt like a complete fool, being scared off by rats, which I assume they were. May 29th, 1997. I had a nightmare last night. All I can remember is the blood and frightened screams surrounding me in the house. The house was in my nightmare too. May 30th, 1997. I called in sick to work once again so I could venture out to the wilderness and explore the abandoned house once more. Not surprisingly, I found the structure was with relative ease, as I did yesterday. However, I was startled when I noticed that the front door was closed. I am certain that when I left in such a hurry the other day that the door had been left ajar. In any case, I eventually attributed the closed door to the wind, as I was clearly the only person who had been in the old house recently. I repeatedly scoured through the house for anything interesting, heading back through previously visited rooms. Once again, as I passed through the hallway outside the main bedroom on the second level, I heard heavy thumping coming from the roof. I was instantly very tempted to repeat yesterday's dash from the house, but I swallowed my fear and continued with the exploration. In the limited time that I had before dusk, unfortunately, I did not uncover anything that would help explain the mysterious disappearance of the most recent tenants. May 31st, 1997. I sit here in the lounge room of the old house by candlelight recording in this journal the events that have transpired today. Although I am scared to within an inch of my life, I am bound to this house and feel that I do not have the strength or resolve to run back to my car at such an advanced hour. As I have for the past week, I returned to this house with the intent of uncovering anything that could help answer the question of its missing tenant. I failed to uncover anything that could help the cause, but what I did find seems far more precious and disturbing than I could have hoped for. As I was scouring the library for any misplaced photos or letters, I almost tripped myself over a leather-bound book sitting in the middle of the dusty floor. I was certainly miffed as to how I missed it in my movements through this house in the past days. Picking up the book, I felt a slight empowerment rush through me. The distant sound of wind began to sound like whispers, and the room in which I was standing seemed to darken. I wondered what knowledge the scribe had passed down the ages for me. Enchanted by this aging literature, I've retreated back into the lounge room, settled down in one of the most comfortable chairs, and continued to read through the contents of this book. Written in what seemed to be red ink of some sort, a lot of content didn't initially make sense to me, as the majority of it is written in a language that is foreign to me. But in the back of the book, there was an abridged translation written by a Mr. Xavier Rahim from 1890. The majority of what I could understand seemed rather jumbled and nonsensical. Rather disappointed, I closed the book and relieved myself of its burden. Things from this point became rather blurred and frighteningly surreal. The sound of the distant forest animals stopped as if all life paused waiting for my next move. The wind outside stopped pounding against the shuttered windows, and the candle wicked out of existence, leaving me in almost pitch-black condition. I listened closely, and all I could hear, over my heartbeat and rasping breath, was the whispering that I shrugged off before. It was coming from every direction, yet no direction at all. The whispering suddenly got louder until it sounded like a dull roar. Voices of many different types called out. They cried in pain, screamed my name, and some shouted obscenities I dare not repeat. There were so many of them, so many voices. I felt multiple hands pin me down to the chair by my upper torso, but every time I flailed my arms out in front of me, they connected with nothing but air. The harder I was pressed against the chair, the harder it was for me to breathe, and soon I could not breathe at all. I blacked out. The last thing that I remember was a flash of my nightmare from the night before, a flash of blood, a flash of the screams, the house. I woke up about 20 minutes ago, slumped in the same chair. It is now long after dark, and I dare not brave the sub-zero temperatures of the woodland winter to return home this evening. Tonight I will be staying here in this accursed house. I sometimes think that I can still hear the whispering, or are they just echoes of my earlier brush with madness? I can feel the urge of slumber rush towards me like a freight train. I pray that I survive the night. June 1st, 1997. Plagued by nightmares more vivid than I care to remember, I awoke screaming. It appears that I slept through the daylight hours, but it didn't matter to me. I was incensed to fight the freezing conditions outside and return home, but I was scared to move from the spot. They started whispering to me again. I want to leave, but I can't. They won't let me. I scream at them, but they just laugh and utter obscenities back at me. What have I released upon this world? June 3rd, 1997. Vlayu spoke to me today. It is he who is spoken of in the Exmortis. With every word he whispers in my mind, I tremble as my soul has been shaken to its core. June 7th, 1997. I have been here over a week now. Surely someone must be looking for me by now. I pray that they find me. My captors here won't let me leave. Every door, every exit. The handles turn, but the door does not move on its hinges. June 16th, 1997. I no longer fear death. I actually pray that it comes for me. June 30th, 1997. They still torment me, keeping me here, keeping me alive. They need me to. I can't even write of it. July 20th, 1997. I feel my sanity has almost left me. I hallucinate so vividly, I can't tell what's real and what is not anymore. The ancients show me images of his former glory. I don't understand why they want me, why they need me. July 26, 1997. I'm actually surprised. I'm told that they seek not to control me. They only seek my assistance in aiding the inevitable. But why do I continue to resist? What they tell me makes no sense, or makes more sense than anything I've ever known, but I still fear them and what they will do to me should I refuse. But at this moment, I can't think of a single reason why I should. August 13th, 1997. Is acceptance all that I have ever yearned for? But the greater good here is far more complicated, yet so much easier to obtain. They smile upon me now. Strangely, though, I like it. I find myself basking in the warmth of their chilling promises. August 22nd, 1997. I am comfortable, and I am learning about the true nature of the world and what is beyond it. I don't know why I continue writing in this journal. I guess that it's the last semblance of humanity that I have within me. It's ridiculous, though. I'm becoming much more than human with every movement that I spend under their patient tutelage. I have been tempted to throw this journal into the fire on many occasions. Reading over its pages only reminds me of how weak I used to be. I've lost track of the day, but I'm sure that I have been here for over a year. It has been a long time since I have entered anything into this journal, and I can rejoice, though. We will have company, at last. I will finally be rewarded. A group approacheth to provide me with the everlasting cup of life, a day away. No more, no less, I am told. Wrath, death, blood. My day has finally arrived. The Exmortis shall make the world remember what was, and I will be integral in reinstating what will be. I can see them now. A group of campers as I was promised. 3 males and 2 females. Now all I can do is wait. Wait for my time. Become their hand. Immortality beyond patience. Patience beyond the dominion. I can taste it now. Anoint me, Lord Vlayu. The time has come. Damn, that was a lot of reading. So, blood stains these chairs. That's kind of weird to say, but yeah, it makes sense. Blood on the floorboards. It looks like somebody's been dragged through here. Nothing else really of note, I guess. Anything in the cabinets? Nothing. What is this? Knife? Bloodstained knife. You should probably arm yourself with a slightly larger weapon. Motherfucker, I don't care what kind of weapon I have. If I have none, it's better than nothing. Like, do you understand how this works? I don't think you do. If you got nothing to begin with, you might as well take the something that's in front of you. we go to the end of the hallway? Yes, we can. Of course, I was just down here, so I don't know what the hell that was going to accomplish. What's in here? Death. No. Cellar entrance, you say? Handle turns, but the door refuses to budge. It's almost like... Okay. It's almost like someone is holding it closed. And apparently there's freaky whispers from behind the door. And now there's a bunch of shit whispering. It's saying sweet nothings in my ear. It's like, hey, you want to do a little murdering? The door has no handle. Well, my foot can make a pretty good handle. Just saying. Is there going to be something this way that I can do? Is somebody knocking on this door? Hello? There's no breeze in here, so why is the roof lamp swinging? Why is it a roof lamp? Is there going to be something in this door? It's going to jump at me. No. So far, no. I mean, I get that there's a safe behind there, but I'm just going to try 9,999 combinations. I think I'd have a better time just, you know, finding the combo. So there might be something else around here. What is this? What does this do for me? Looks like 2 o'clock, but I don't know what that's gonna do. Nothing I can really do with the other cabinets. A griller built into the bench. Interesting. Never had a built-in grill. There was nothing written in the book about anything for combos, so don't think I can do that. Don't believe so anyways. There's nothing with the blood stains. There is this poor guy's head, but that can stay. This door is locked. Dusty chandelier hangs from the ceiling. And this just says 2 o'clock. Kind of weird. Old fan, it doesn't look like it was worked for a long time. Oh, good. Meanwhile, the voices in my head are having fun. Moonlight streams through the window. Something is still knocking. Hey, wait a minute. Was that an attic space? Hatch in the roof might lead to an attic. Could that be where the thumping is coming from? Oh, sure, let's just go for Hort. Okay, then. Torso hung up by the arms has been ripped to shreds. You retch at the mere sight. Neat. Symbol written in blood of this poor soul. Wait, hold on. That just said... Yeah, it says poor soul. Like pour. A drink. Not like he was poor as in... Yeah. 3489. So, 3489. 3, 4, 8, 9. Access granted. Oh, look! A heart. How lovely. And here I made the joke on another video just recently that I was known for taking hearts. Dark leather-bound book titled Exmortis. Sure, let's just read the Necronomicon, it's fine. The Book of Exmortis. What was? Before the dawn of man and beast, the earth realm was ruled by the ancients, mythical beings transcending life, death, time, and reality, as most mere mortals know it. The days before life and light were ruled by darkness and chaos. The ancients roamed the plane of existence and lived on the blood of conquest and rule over lesser entities. There were many of these ruling archaic spirits, however, one by one, over many millennia, their greed and arrogance saw them turn against each other. They sought blood, destruction, and dominance over their own kind, and many immortal sentients met their demise as a result. The consolidation of the remaining power saw the ancients' rule divided amongst the remaining three. Azrael, and Vlayu frequently exerted their wrath and cruelty through their ferocity towards each other's dominion. The blood of many was spilled as the remaining three fought against his brother for the spoils and power that they each possessed. Upon the battlefield, Azrael's forces reduced the armies of Vlayu to dust, culminating in long-awaited glorious victory, but his compassion towards his defeated brother saw Vlayu get a reprieve from the certain destruction that he faced. Knowing that defeating forces would require many more millennia of fighting, Azrael appointed Vlayu as his general, knowing that the power of the two ancients was enough to win undisputed control. In a final bloody battle in the Crimson Sky, the penultimate confrontation played out. Not realizing that Vlayu was still corporeal and leading Azrael's armies, made the grave mistake of underestimating the strength of his opponent. The losses took the forces by surprise, and before they had time to regroup, Vlayu had plunged his sword deep into the heart of his defenses. Azrael's forces streamed into the last stronghold of the slaying every sentient entity that stood against them. The army were eventually defeated, leaving Vlayu triumphant in his victory. The subordinates fought ferociously, and they were to be rewarded with a unified rule over the Earth realm. Azrael, holding no compassion towards Thufta, whatever the hell his name is, as he had Vlayu, destroyed the life force of his nemesis and claimed the kingdom as his own. With his totalitarian control, he decided that Vlayu was no longer of use to him. Unfortunate for him, he did not count on his army siding with the powerful Vlayu. In a furious realization of this challenge in the face of certain ascension, the Earth realm shook with the power of Azrael's anger towards his army's treachery. Vlayu showed no mercy towards his brother, knowing that he could not make the same mistake that Azrael made without hesitation. Vlayu had Azrael slain by his own ethereal hand, and he assumed total control of the consolidated kingdom of the Earth realm. The tyrannical rule of Vlayu lasted many millennia with no one to challenge him, but conspire certain forces did against the sole remaining ancient. They bode their time recruiting supporters of the overthrowing. Vlayu was ambushed and overpowered by his trusted advisors, but knowing that only one of his kind could destroy him, he had his corporeal presence removed to exist for eternity in the demonic spirit form. The remaining world of archaic lessers were dispersed and were governed under each individual's rule. It was true chaos with no joint agenda. Vlayu, without corporeal form and no longer able to physically alter the world, roamed the Earth realm for the rest of existence. Diminished in power, he still had many followers to which he would spiritually combine his life force with. Instead of existing as a single powerful entity, Vlayu became subversively indestructible by being many. He called his new legion of existence Exmortis. What is? The appearance of soul-bearing creatures of flesh and blood saw a new rule within the Earth realm. Over many thousands of years, man destroyed countless lesser entities, some very powerful, even some who helped overthrow Vlayu's previous rule. While man was physically weak in comparison to the entities of the dark times, their souls gave them many advantages, and it was due to these advantages that the Earthrealm entities were reduced to minimal numbers. A world once ruled with strength and might was now in the hands of the weak. The handful of ancient entities sought to influence and control humanity for mutual gain. Vleyu's Exmortis prospered where other entities failed, purely because of their strength in numbers and the wisdom of the mighty ancient himself. Together as one, the Exmortis was worshipped widely in the world of man, but human nature led to conflict, and the cult of Vleyu was tragically cold and almost forgotten. With every passing human year, Vleyu's influence and power in Earthrealm was diminished until all that remained was what was recorded in the written form. After the death of the final disciple, Vleyu and the Exmortis slept until the day humanity was ready for the anointment of his hand. What will be? Prophecy in the word of Vleyu speaks of the coming of the hand of repose. Anointed with the blood of 5, a selected man will transcend humanity and evolve to become the link between Earthrealm and Vleyu's Exmortis, awakening the ancient from slumber. The hand will be charged with the power to bring about the uprising of the cult of Exmortis once again. Blood, wrath, and strength will once again rule the Earthrealm, and Vleyu will walk tall and rule amongst mortals as it was meant to be in the time before light and life. Rite of Charging the Hand. Translation from the Aramaic Cult of Exmortis scrolls. The rite of charging the hand reads as follows. Devoured the crimson life of 5, marks of Vleyu given to thee. Mirrored below the soul survive, what was, what is, and what will be. Xavier Raham. And I guess that's supposed to be our boy in his kind of pixely artifacted JPEG form. Not surprising, I mean this game is pretty old, but now we got some Exmortis. But the real question is there anything else we can do? Because I've read the book, I have the heart, I found the symbol, the one in the attic, as well as the dude in the microwave, and the other person. So I guess now we just need to see what exactly we can do. They're telling me I have to remember first. So what do I need to remember? Did I need to check the heart up here? I mean, I saw the symbol. I read the symbol upstairs in the attic. Maybe I need to, like, actually examine the symbol in the safe. Not gonna lie, I forgot the code. So up we go. Kinda surprised this dude doesn't move or anything. 3489. I thought it was 3486. I got one of them upside down, my bad. Bad memory. Is there gonna be anything in here now? Still nothing? Okay. Kind of just waiting for something to try and scare the shit out of me there. Okay, let's see. 3489. Do I need to look at the symbol? Do I need the human heart? Anything? No? A little weird. Maybe I need to go, like, back to the library. Let's see. Although if I were this person in this place, I would have taken that knife, like, forever ago. It's like classic horror movie bullshittery going on there. Like, why in the fuck would you not take the damn weapon? Like, you stupid? No, nothing there. Is the head gone? No, he's still there. That's still there too. Not really sure what's going on with this clock. If I need to, like, do anything with it or what. Or am I, like, missing another room? Oh, would you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6 in the middle. Okay. Don't know what that's about, but... What's this pipe? Like, why can't I use this pipe? Nothing there. Still the matter of fact that I have no damn... like... handle or anything for the upstairs. Like maybe it's here or something. Is there like a handle around somewhere? Possibly. Can somebody give me a handle? Is there anything I'm forgetting up here besides the symbol? Is there like a door handle anywhere? Lovely, a dead guy. You never see those. You're not really sure what's going on with the dude in the attic, but I'm going to assume he had a fun time, whatever he was doing. The gramophone's just doing its thing. Nothing I can really do with the bed. This room literally just doesn't do anything. Already looked in there. It's the heart in the book. What am I missing? Probably something kind of small. Definitely not the basement way yet. This door was locked. Clock's doing its own thing. I feel like there'd be like a door handle or something around. Don't need the dishwasher. That was empty. That's empty. That's got something, but it's just a knife. Which you would think could also be used to, like, jimmy the door upstairs, but whatever. Who wants to actually arm themselves? That would be dumb. Let's see. Nothing like in the fireplace or anything. Nothing around. And there's his diary, but that's not anything to worry about. Nothing on the shelf. Nothing on the mantle. Can't read any of the frames up on the wall. The grill is a grill. So that's cool. Nothing on the wall. There was nothing in the cabinets. This dude's just a head. Still a little weird. The clock doesn't give me anything. Except for like a time, which is odd. Doesn't say there's anything on the ceiling here. There's like no other doorways or anything here that I can click on. It's either the stairs or bust. the shadowy hallway or the stairs are the only ways I can go here. This has 2 different ways, but one of them leads to a no handle having door. Nothing there. Nothing with the light. There is the room up in the attic, but didn't find anything there. Is there going to be something in this closed door now? Maybe? Possibly? Maybe? I don't know. There's nothing here so far. Very drippy ass sink though. Oh, hey. Found a key lodged in the pipe of the sink. How did I get to the... what? How does that work? How did I get to the sink to dislodge the key? Well, I don't have a handle, so I assume I go down to the left here. Like, didn't it say that was a closed door? How did I get through the door to get the key from the... Chill. Damn. Like, calm down. Fucking angry spirits. Hey, you, my gold watch. A severed arm. This house is turning out to be a graveyard. There's something very unnerving about this sculpture. You mean maybe it's the blood stain behind it? There's no electricity in this house, so the lamp doesn't work. Oh, fantastic. Just 10 out of 10. Fireplace looks like it hasn't been used in years. There's a book here that doesn't quite fit in. Nice. Xavier Rayem, 1878. GR. The tale of my daughter Gwen is a sad and sorrowful fable. I refer to it as a fable, for my mortal brain cannot begin to comprehend the horrors that I have witnessed in this house, so I cast what I have witnessed into my memory as delusion and morbid fantasy. My small family moved to this house of solitude last summer to escape the perils of society and to mourn the unfortunate death of my wife Julia. Tuberculosis claimed her life only months before my move to this place. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, and knowing what I know now, it was a move that I would never again make. The days rolled onwards towards inevitability, and my daughter and I continued our simple existence. Being a scholar myself, I enjoyed passing the time reading the literature left here by a previous owner of this detached house. Many of the fine works kept here proved to be very old and of extreme interest to me. Some works proved very challenging indeed and very hard to translate. The library provided here had an abundance of books flavored with subjects focused on the occult. One particular book caught my interest, simply titled Exmortis. The word is a derivative of ex mortis, which loosely translates to the dead. It was from the moment I finished translating this book, from an unusual dialect of ancient Aramaic, mind you, and read the final English translation, that our troubles here began. My daughter, the only other occupant of this house, grew distant from me over the course of the following week. She developed rageful tendencies towards my parentage, and she started having seizures, which worried me immensely at the time. But these unusual events didn't limit themselves to my daughter. I began having nightmares so ghastly that I dare not recall them. Suffice to say, I was concerned by the disturbing changes to both my daughter and I. After the first week, the hallucinations began. I recall hearing noises and whispering, as well as sighting movement in my peripheral vision. I constantly had the feeling that someone was in the room with me, but upon searching, it was clear that I was alone. My dear Gwen, however, became less active all of a sudden. She was almost catatonic at stages, not reacting to conversation or physical prompting. She would just shuffle her petite form around the house and stare blankly through me whenever I confronted her. It was shortly after a month this behavior that I began to notice certain physical changes in my daughter. She seemed withered in her appearance, but her face would at times seem bloated and twisted horribly. It wasn't until a fleeting moment in my day that my hope was crushed forever. My darling Gwen broke free from this new personality that had gripped her for months. She screamed and cried for me to help her. to save her from the monsters that now plagued her body. All that I could do was hold her in my arms and assure her that I would free her from the prison she was trapped in, and then she was lost forever. The Gwen that I loved had resurfaced for only a minute, but to me it was enough to realize what had to be done. That night, while she slept in her room, I crept in with dagger in hand and plunged it deep into her heart. She writhed and convulsed in agony while all I could do was just watch and sob from the corner. In her dying breath, the real Gwen locked eyes with me and spoke, "Thank you, Daddy." I sit here now recounting the events that led me to this point in my insanity. My wife and daughter taken from me over the past 6 months, leaving me with nothing but their memories in this house. But I fear that now I am a target for the invisible forces that resides within these walls. I am trapped, unable to venture past the front door and cellar hatch to the surrounding forest. I hear voices from all around me cursing me for my actions. I occasionally see her, my Gwen, standing in the hallway looking straight through me like she used to. I hope that I have saved her soul, but after seeing her apparition on a daily basis, I fear that all I have done is aided my tormentors. I now spend my days reading, researching, and translating the library. I feel that's my purpose in this house. May God have mercy on my soul, and may death soon relieve me of the guilt I carry. God damn, he is not having a good time. Already checked that. Anything else on one of these? Is there like a door handle anywhere? Good old severed arms, just like Mom used to make. Nothing else? At all? No? Nothing? Okay, well. Let's see if we start hearing voices. Who am I kidding? We always hear voices. That's kind of the whole shtick. Can we open this yet? The door is now ajar. No, the door is a door. Oh, hi. Or is it just another hallucination? I don't know, let's click on. You know, a simple hello would work too, but okay. Wake up. Joke's on you. I was already awake. The blood of Gwen Rayem stains the sheets. It was over 100 years ago that she was murdered, so how can the blood still be wet? I don't know. How the hell did they have phones if it was from like the 1800s? Were they the last people to live here? Because this place doesn't really match up with that time dating. And am I awake enough to, like, you know, check the basement now? Can I go into the basement? Am I gonna die? What happens if I try and check the basement? They told me to wake up, and here I am. Yeah, remember, I got you. Trying to make me remember and shit. Being all angry. First I had a ghost girl screaming at me. Then the hallway ghosts. Then the damn basement ghosts. All of them just angry as hell because they're dead and I'm not. Fucking assholes. Is there like something around here that I can find? Like the dagger? What is it I'm looking for here? Nothing on the wall, nothing on the bed, nothing under the bed, nothing on either nightstand. Guess it's not in there. What if I try and go in this other room? It's gonna be the ghost dad. Let's go find ghost dad. No? Is there gonna be something spooky in here? Still no? Okay. No ghost girl in the bathroom. Confirmed. And I'm pretty sure the dude upstairs is still just dead, so he can stay that way. I feel like we need to find the dagger. Wherever that might be. It's just looking at me with his damn eyeballs. Doesn't say anything on the shelves. Except for that miscellaneous book. Maybe there will be something in the family room. Possibly. Nope. Tells me that I need to remember. But how do I remember what I don't remember to forget? Do I need to look at the symbol? Hey, it's upside down. Did I remember enough? Did I look at the symbols? Did I do it, Mr. Krabs? Am I a good Exmortis boy? Is our ghostly ass still in here? The fuck is that? Like smoke at the bottom of the door. I don't think there's anything else in here. I don't know, I can try the basement door again. I looked at all the symbols and it's all a little girl and all that shit, but what else could there be? Oh. Yeah, it opened. Neat. An axe. And my axe. Neat. An old air filtration unit, but the ducting runs away from the actual house. Odd. Part of the wall has been boarded up. Yeah! Yeah! Huzzah! Gap is now big enough for you to squeeze through. Nice, I'm gonna do that. Underground tunnels. The tunnel system stretches off in the darkness. Fantastic. Let's go. Door is locked. Fantastic. Well, let's just keep going. Yep, those are tunnels, all right. Okay. A symbol appears on the forehead. Then that must mean this is the 5th sacrifice. If I'm not one of the 5 campers, then who am I? I can't be. No. Please, no. It turns out I am the origami killer. Oh god. Hey, small key. Nice. Well, let's just go back. Then we should be able to open this door, I would think. Also, what man is just like, I'm gonna kill you, you son of a bitch, whenever you have absolutely no weapons and they have an axe? Like, the hell is wrong with you? Oh! I remember this episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You have served us well up until this point. Now serve us again. Become the hand of Exmortis. Devour the crimson life of 5.
Well then, select the symbols in the order to solve the puzzle or make a run for the forest.
What was, what is, and what will be.
I mean, sure, fuck it, let's go. That. I don't remember who's which, in all honesty. So we're just gonna Dun, 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 dun. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Dun, dun, Maybe it's in the order that I found them. So hang on. Let's go try and find whatever. Maybe. I guess I'm just running for my life now. Well, I was going to try and solve the puzzle, but, whatever. I guess we're just going to run for it. Damn, it is very hard to see what the hell I'm clicking. Ah! Anyway. Okay, so I need to get back there to figure out exactly what order the people are in. So I'm going to do that really quick and then see what the ending is where you solve the puzzle. So I'll be back at that point. But overall, pretty great game. It's free. It's Flash. Ben Leffler did a really good job. So, yeah, I mean, I'd recommend just trying it because it's free. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? So, yeah, for being made by like one guy, it's pretty damn good, in all honesty. It's got like nice spooky atmosphere. It's not like super great for gameplay, but I mean for atmosphere building and just overall story, like it's pretty good. Like for what it is, and for being free, made by one guy, like it's pretty damn good. So yeah, I mean, I figured it was probably influenced a lot by Evil Dead, considering the whole Exmortis Necronomicon, but yeah, I mean, he did a really good job being one person and, you know, just making a game for people for shits and giggles. I would assume probably never really made much of anything off of it. But yeah, we're going to play again for the alternate ending just to see what exactly will happen. So I'll be back with that here in just a second. Alright, let's see. Now that creepy disembodied head is floating in front of me again.
You have served us well up until this point.
So we're gonna see about getting this right. And not just running.
Devoured the crimson life of five, marks of power given to thee. Mirrored below the cells of life, what was, what is, and what will be.
Okay, so A, E, F, M, U. No? Let's try this way. It's a little bit hard to determine which one's which, but apparently we've unleashed Exmortis now. And they are spooky JPEGs. And I guess Dracula. Let's see. The World News, Exmortis Cult Lures Mini. Well, that's pretty cool. If you don't do it, then it just loops. Anarchy, major cities burn. So yeah, it's kind of like a looping thing. Unless you do the puzzle at the end, it literally just keeps sending you back to the beginning. Millions die at the hand of Exmortis Cult. How terrible. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little story. I mean, it's not super in depth, but it's a little contained snippet like story, and it gives you 2 endings, which is pretty cool for, you know, such a short game. And it was made by, again, one person who was just probably having fun for shits and giggles. So it's pretty cool that somebody actually did this. Like, somebody made this just for people to play for shits and giggles. Ben Leffler, I don't know if he still does stuff or still cares about how he made this game, but it stuck with me for all these years, so kudos to him. Like, he did a really good job for, you know, the time it was made, being one person, just basically selling it for free. I mean, nowadays it'd probably cost you a few bucks, but literally just put it on the site, shits and giggles. Might have made some money off of it, though I don't really know how Flash game sites worked back in the day. Might have made something, but overall it's still pretty impressive for like what it is. I mean, it's literally just somebody made a game for fun, and it was one person. So yeah, it's not the greatest for gameplay, but for atmosphere and just general, if you want a short story to kind of play through. I mean, if you're into like just short horror stories or anything like that, it took me like an hour to do the endings, or both endings. And even if you don't get both endings, you can just play again for the other endings. Like, hitting the play again button will take you to the end. So yeah, but other than that, you can let me know what you guys think, and have a good one.